Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Don't sleep now! Wake up!
In a world of dull, mediocre radio, in a time of regulations and rules, under the scrutiny of bosses and management, one show breaks all the rules to deliver entertaining, compelling, and educated radio, and stand above all the rest. And this show isn't it.
Does that make sense anymore?
I mean, when we were on the radio,
I guess it would. Yeah, at 5:45 in the morning when we kick off. But
that was my favorite time of the morning because those were my favorite listeners because they're the listeners that are hardcore, and so they would call in. They were in on the joke. So that was yeah. I say we keep it. I don't know if we need to change that.
Yeah, tweak it. Like, hey, you can listen anytime now at this point. You know.
Well, that's the great thing. So thanks for everybody who listened to our first podcast. We launched it last week, and it was very successful.
Yeah, so, shout out to the 71 people that liked it. That was pretty cool, our YouTube page. And then we had like almost 500 people view it.
I'm gonna see here. I can pull up the stats.
I'll be honest, I was kind of a geek too, because after we launched it, I would just keep refreshing to see how many people watched it. And then the next day, I'm always like, how many watched it? I was like, I don't know, we're up to like 60 people watched it.
Can I be? I want to shout out to a Facebook page that shares all of our stuff, and God bless them. They got like 400,000 followers. Stupid Man page.
Okay, yeah, I see that pop up all the time.
They share a lot of our stuff. So here I can tell you. Well, so this is from our Facebook.com/JoJo and Scotty page. On let's see, LeBron went to the Sixers. Sammy Hagar he's a little upset about David Lee Roth canceling his concerts. So we had almost, we had 300 people listen through the JoJo and Scotty page.
Yeah.
So, a big shout out to everybody who gave us. Now my wife wants to know what time I'm going to be home. I finally get to do something, and now she's grilling me on when I'm going to be home.
Yeah, I got this morning. Again, like I follow my wife around like a puppy dog. Like we're having coffee together. And then
my wife hates it.
She's like, I'm going to go get dressed. I'm like, oh, I'll come up and hang out with you. She's like, going to come hang out? I was like, yeah, I'm going to come hang out. She's like, I liked when you weren't home. I said, it's 7:30. I would have been home anyway. She's like, well, I'm used to being by myself in the morning. I was like, we've been going for walks. It's like, what's being by yourself? And then I had to explain to her. I was like, well, she's like, well, what do you got going on today? I was like, the podcast, of course. Yeah. We got people waiting for the podcast. I got something to do today.
I woke up this morning feeling like I got something to do.
Yeah, it feels good, right?
But my wife yesterday, she got mad. I said something to her, and she got mad. And she's like, we got to figure out something in the morning. She goes, you aggravate me in the morning. And I go, I'm not even in the same room as you. What do you mean I aggravate you?
No, listen, I realize this. And my wife is miserable before 10 a.m. It doesn't matter when or what day it is or whatever she has going on. She is miserable to talk to. Now, I'm not. I'm the opposite. I wake up. I'm like, hey, I say hi to the dogs. The dog comes up. Man, I'm petting the dog. Oh, my God.
Boots on the ground.
I'm ready to roll, man.
Ready to go.
That's just not them.
My wife does this thing where she's like, I just need to stay in bed for a little bit. And just like I don't understand. It's almost like it's when a plane has to take off and, you got to do all the prep.
Yeah,
right?
sure, for the day.
You got to make sure the engines are good. You got to make sure the fuel's good. You got to make sure it's defrosted. And then they eventually can take off. And to me, I'm like, I get up, man. I've been about 5 o'clock. That's where my cutoff is. At 5 a.m., I'm up, feet hit the ground. Watering flowers, watering the lawn, talking to the neighbors because all my neighbors are 90 years old and they all walk their dogs at 6 a.m. So I'm like, yeah, I'm up and at it. And I've done a ton of stuff before she even gets up.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, I can handle this. I like this.
Yeah, she doesn't like me around in the morning, but that's just because she's not a morning person. So I realize I'm not doing anything wrong. It's just me being around. Now, this has been nice. Like, my kids have been away for like the last 2 days, so everything's been like super quiet in the house.
I wish, dude. I got a house full of teenagers.
Which, by the way, like, it's nice knowing my kids are going to come back, but I don't know. She misses the kids. It's like, I'm enjoying the 2 days. It's peaceful. Not knowing there's another human being in the house, like with the kids around. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm fine with this. I could totally do it. Now they're going to be back in 2 days, so it's not that big of a deal. But
well, we had like my kid's a crackhead. We had to break him of he was sleeping all day and then he would be up all night.
yeah,
And so we had to break him of that. We're like school, like in reality, it's only a couple weeks before school starts. And he starts, baseball starts. And we're like, bro, like,
got to get on that schedule.
Like so like we had to break him in that schedule, and and that's tough to break. And I'm not kidding. He would be up. I would be getting up at 5:30 in the morning, and I would hear him be playing video games.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
which is awesome, by the way. Yeah,
I'm like, bro, you got. And then he'd sleep till like 3 in the afternoon. And I'm like, you can't do that.
Well, my 13-year-old, he's at his friend's house last Friday, and he comes home. And he's like, I slept for an hour. Now, this is what you're supposed to do. I get it. It's not an every night thing. But then we try and do lunch the next day where he comes home and he gets back on to doing whatever he was doing in the morning. I was like, if you're going to pull an all-nighter, you have to sleep a little bit. And then we go to lunch. He's like pretty much just passing out at the table. I was like, bro, I was
judging you. Like, why is your kid passing out?
I've never saw wrinkles under his eyes before. Like he was just beat up. I was like, bro, I was like, you feel sick to your stomach, right? He's like, yeah. It's like, I know, because I know that feeling of not getting enough sleep.
Well, dude, I think I'm over summer already because we've been nonstop with company, you know, family members coming in, friends coming over, and it's just like enough. And my wife last night, she's like, I don't think we have anything this weekend. And I go, good.
Nice, yeah.
I said, keep it that way.
Yeah.
I said, that's your problem. You decide that when there's a gap in the calendar that you're going to go, oh my God, we got to go do this.
Yeah, don't fill it.
I said,
let it be.
Let it be. Because we have one last thing for the summer, and that's my daughter turns 21, and that's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's gonna be a rager.
And so, I got my wife, I got my ex-wife coming, and I got family members coming in for that. I got a bunch of sorority girls coming over for that, a bunch of frat dudes coming over for that.
Yeah, you better get on the list of boogie nights.
So I'm like, all right, so let's all pump the brakes and let's take a little break. And can I get into how I almost killed someone this weekend?
Was it the propane tank rolling around in your back seat?
So I've had 2 empty propane tanks in my trunk, and it's they make it so convenient now at Wawa. And I give a big shout out to the Big W. You go, they have it literally is like a soda machine, but for propane tanks.
Yeah, easier than Home Depot. You don't have to find the guy in the back.
Tommy doesn't have the key.
No, nobody has the key.
No one knows where to go. This you go up to, you swipe your card, it spins around. New one pops out, put the old one in, you're done, right? So I threw them in my trunk. They're empty propane tanks, so I know I'm not going to explode. So, but the problem is every time I accelerate, I just hear clunk, clunk.
I know that.
In my trunk, and so on the way home, I got to stop by the Wawa. I got to fill those up. Which, by the way, I don't know, this Iran war, which I don't know. I haven't really watched the news. I don't know if it's still happening or not happening. Propane has gone up quite a bit.
Well, they go through the Strait of Hamas or whatever it is to get here. So everything's going up.
Are we still in war with Iran? Is that still happening?
$4.25 for gas, man. It got under $4 for a while. You're like, okay, I think it's actually when you look, I don't even look anymore, man. It's $70 to fill up for a tank of gas. And now when I have to, like, I'm taking the kids back and forth to camp. Like, I consciously think of that now. Sure. Like that trip just cost me $13.
And you bought a gas guzzler.
Sure, yeah.
You got
time,
cheap,
but yeah.
Man. Yeah. And so like I got the Kia, like $20 puts half a tank of gas. Still, for some reason, I don't understand the math, but when gas was at $3.15, $20 gave me a half a tank.
Yeah.
And when gas is at $4.20, it still gives me a half a tank of gas.
The math ain't mathing.
The math doesn't work out.
But yeah, I just bought a Saturn, a 1998 Saturn, so hopefully that'll come in soon.
So like everything's expensive. So I got to get these propane tanks filled because everything's propane. My grill's propane. We have the fire pit that's propane, and I'm like, all right. So this is how my weekend went, and it all happened in the span of 35 minutes. Like the weekend was fine, and then there was a 35-minute span.
Okay.
So We're going, and Ocean City does this dumb thing called Night in Venice.
Oh yeah, it's a big deal, man.
It's a boat
Yeah.
parade. They had Uncle Eddie or Cousin Eddie from the Christmas Vacation movies.
Was he on the last boat? Did you see him?
Yeah, but the problem is they start the parade at my beach, so all the boats leave, and then the parade's over.
That's
for
it.
us.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
It
There's no
literally-
build up.
It was like 10 or 15 minutes. So yeah, it's Cousin Eddie. Hey, Cousin Eddie.
How and why?
And that was
Who
it.
has Cousin Eddie's cell phone that you're like, you know what? Let's get him to be in the parade.
And so it's a whole thing. It's a reason for people to party, right? It's a reason for people to party in Ocean City. So we have relatives over, we have friends over. It's a real eclectic group of people. And so that's it. Like the parade's done. People are starting to leave. We go. And the way I like to end the night is to put on old school Price is Right.
Yeah.
Right. I've now gotten my entire family into it because what we do is we get really into it because it's like 1982 and you got to guess the prices of things in 1982.
Hey, you can play along with the family.
Like, what do you think Pontiac Sunbird was in 1982 with AM FM stereo?
$7,800.
You're about 8,900.
Okay, not bad. I might
Not
have
bad.
gotten the car.
Not
Yeah.
bad, right? Linda didn't win, by the way. She didn't win the car. And so we're watching this. And then my wife goes, hey, your phone's buzzing. I'm like, all right, pick it up. It's my neighbor. He's like, hey, my alarm's going crazy. This is the neighbor we share a driveway with. Great guy. And he goes, hey, my alarm's going crazy. What's up? And so I go outside. There's no one, like, we're all inside. The night's pretty much come to an end. So I said, hey, there's fireworks, but there's nothing crazy. I said, my cousin's wife did pull into your driveway to unload her car, or load up her car because they're heading out. And he goes, that's probably it. So
Is it a security alarm?
he has cameras,
Oh, gotcha.
right?
Yeah.
And so and I guess they give him an alert. He's up in Bucks County. So I tell my cousin's wife, I said, hey, just back the car up. As soon as she did, the alarm stopped. And so, okay, done. And he's like, yeah, we put the cameras up because a window broke and we don't know how it broke. At first I was like, oh, is he accusing me?
Right. Yeah. Was
Right.
It, yeah,
And then
the
he- and then he was-
lesbian
and then
went
he-
over there and threw a rock through the window or something.
And then he's like, no, I think it was a contractor. We have having work done at the house. I think it was a contract, but I put cameras up just to let you know. And I was like, I don't care. Like, what are you going to catch me doing? The worst, maybe peeing in my driveway.
I hope you're sleepwalking and you're just busting out
punching
windows right down the block, man.
So as he's doing this, and I'm texting with him back and forth, and we're just like friendly texting. He's not at his house. And my cousin, he slumps over and now is passing out. And he had been hanging with me all day, which could be a bad thing. He had been hanging with my father-in-law, which can be a bad thing.
You're a mother up in heaven. My God, just
He had
looking
also
down.
sat on the beach all day in the sun.
So he drank a lot.
And didn't drink any water, anything like that.
Yeah.
Plus, he's just dropped like 60 pounds.
Okay, so
I'm
he
not
thinks
gonna
he can
say
drink
how.
the way he used to.
I'm not going to say how he dropped 60 pounds, but I think you know how he dropped 60 pounds.
He was cut in half.
right. So I think there might be something that you take and he can lose that weight.
Okay, is this legal? Like, could I
Oh,
get this
yeah,
thing over the counter? You mean?
you had it?
What did I have?
You-
yeah.
right?
I should have sold them. I never took them.
So look, I'm not going to say what he had or didn't have. So luckily his wife's a nurse, so he slumps over. This is why we're watching The
Yeah,
Price is Right.
geez.
You want to ruin a Price is Right episode for me? You pass out.
Yeah,
So we get him on the ground.
you got to take care of this guy.
So we get him on the ground. So now I'm figuring out why my neighbor's window was broken, right? His alarm's going off. I now have my cousin dead on the floor. Then I get a phone call from another number I don't recognize.
This is multitasking. Look at you go.
This is all in the span of 20 minutes, right? I get a call from another number, and it's the daughter of my cousin who's passed out on the floor, and we're not sure if he's dead or alive. She's like, hey, just to let you know, your 13-year-old son has been detained by boardwalk security.
Oh wow.
And I go, okay. So now I still am texting my neighbor. I have my cousin dead on the floor, and now I'm dealing with this.
I think I dropped the phone and just run down the street.
So I look at my wife and she gets a phone call. She gets a phone call from Boardwalk Security. And I look at her and I go, are you going to take care of this or take care of this?
Which one do you want? Somebody do something.
Because we got to figure out which one's going where.
Save a life, get him out of jail.
So now, so she goes up. It's just a big misunderstanding on the boardwalk. Everything's fine. But I still have my dead cousin on the floor. Ambulance. Now, you don't know, like small town, Ocean City, when you call 911, they're great. But they bring a fire truck, a paramedic, cops, and it's night in Venice.
Right.
Everyone's doing something. So everyone's out.
It's a lot of action going on. Yeah.
Everyone's out on their lawn wondering what's going on. Right. They decide my cousin pops up. He's alive. He's fine.
Okay.
Right.
But did you call? Are the people on their way?
They're there.
Oh, the ambulance. Okay.
The guys are now in the house. Right. Like the paramedics are there. The firefighters are there. The cops are there. Everybody's there. I'm asking them if they want beer. Like, hey, you guys want to have a drink while you're here?
False alarm.
No, they end up taking him to the hospital. All right. Okay. So fine. So they take him to the hospital. They bring back my felony son.
Yeah.
My felonious son. And so my wife gets back. Everything's calm. I'm like, okay. All right. We find out about 1:30 in the morning. My cousin's fine. It was the weight loss. He's on high blood pressure medicine.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. The perfect storm for the day.
He passed out.
I feel like you could be perfectly healthy and bake in the sun and drink the way he did and still pass out.
So here's the thing. Yes, 100%. And you don't hang out with me and my father-in-law. And so the next day, I want to have a nice calm day. Let's just relax, right? We had a big day the day before. So my wife's like, well, people are coming over. We're going to the beach. Okay. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the beach. And so I'm just sitting in the house, nice and calm. My wife's been at the beach with a bunch of people, and it's a little private beach at the end of our block. And she swings the door wide open. This is Sunday, the next day. Swings the door wide open. She goes, I brought friends. A couple I've never met.
Now it's a party.
Right? A couple I've never met.
You're like John Candy in Summer Rental. They just start piling into the house. One guy's in the bedroom. He's watching TV.
Dude, this couple just walks in. Sweet young couple. They're actually getting married this weekend. Congratulations. Mazel tov.
Did she bring him back from the beach?
Yes.
She met him on the beach. She brought him
on
back.
The beach because they had a boat and they docked the boat on the beach and they were looking for a porta potty because they had to pee because they were on this little boat. And so my wife's like, oh, just come back to the house. You can use our bathroom. So now, like, my wife's, giving them drinks and my wife's doing it all up and they use the bathroom. They're around our house for about a half hour. And the girlfriend, fiance, she's smart. She goes, hey, we should really go back to the beach and check on the boat. And he's like, yeah, you're right. So they run down to the beach to check on the boat. Boat's gone.
The boat's gone.
Boat's gone.
Just drifted away.
The transportation that got them to the beach, like G.I. Joe, is now just floated away.
Were they hopefully with another couple that said, hey, let's just head out?
Nope. So now the boat's gone.
What do you do when a boat just drifts away?
So,
do you swim after it?
I guess the tide came in. It took the anchor away. Whatever happened.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever trusted. Like, I don't know. I would never just trust a boat to tie it up.
And so now this is now my problem. So now I had all this chaos the night before. Now I have the chaos. I go, dude, you're going to have to call the Coast Guard. You're going to have to call the police. They're going to, you got to try and track down this boat. It's like, it's like one of those dinghy boats.
Yeah.
But he put a canopy on it. Like he did it all up.
Still the dude's boat.
Put like $20,000 into this boat. And so the boat's gone. And so him and his wife, or soon to be, my wife's like, oh, we'll stick around for dinner. So now I got this couple I've never met before in my life. They're just hanging out at my house. But here's what happens. The night before, we have a fire truck, an ambulance, 2 police officers, lights, sirens. Now it's Sunday. 3 cop cars.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
3
you're
cop
the
cars.
problem.
3 cop cars show up to my driveway because the guy has to now tell the cops that his boat's gone, right? And I'm like, oh.
It's chaos, man. It's absolute chaos.
And I go, this is the end. The optics all look bad, like all the neighbors, like it looks chaotic. And I also have a house filled with teenagers. And I don't know if you've ever had a house filled with teenagers. They're awful.
Right.
Teenagers suck. And then we had a house full of little kids. Little kids suck. And so
I would love for you to go to your neighbors and say, what do you think goes on at my house? You think it's just some kind of kid trafficking thing going on?
So luckily he gets this kid, and he's a very nice guy. He gets a phone call from some woman. She's like, I think I found your boat. It had floated all the way to Summers Point.
Wow.
And it floated up to her dock. And so she roped it up, right? She tied it up and she ran his registration, and it had his phone number attached to it. And so I drive him to the boat, and he gets his boat back. And so they finally hightail it out of town. And then yesterday morning, I'm watering my flowers, and this old guy walks up, nice guy. And he's like, is everything all right?
Yeah, he wants to know, man. He wants to know what's happening.
And I know exactly. Like, they're old people. So they just, the soap opera is just watching, the neighborhood. And he goes, it looked pretty chaotic there this weekend. And I was like, you have no idea, my friend.
Now, do you tell him what happened?
100%.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, here's all what went down, my friend.
See, we have the House of Brigantine. When we rent it, we do it for friends and family because it's such a small little block. Like where we are, this is where they live all the time. So it would be like bringing this nonsense into the actual neighborhood. And we've had it happen down here. Like, I don't know, wife beat up a husband one time down the street. And of course, your head's poked out the window. You're looking to see what goes on. Now,
we live on top, like
right
like
there.
It's very close in proximity when it comes to houses because it's just shore towns. That's what they do.
Never happened with your mom either, man.
Well, it used to happen with my mom, but at least it was her passing out or something, and she
right,
was the one
it's
being
a medical
taken
thing.
Out. Yeah.
Now, my question is, and this is what I think should happen: if you're a boater, and I've seen, I was in Wildwood over the weekend. My buddy has a boat, man. We go out. But as we're sitting on this patio, I'm watching guys try and dock. And if you're a new boater, it looks ridiculous trying to go in. It's hard. Like this guy, this guy almost hit all the boats going down.
You used to have a boating license. Like when I was a kid, I got a boating license. I was like 13, 14.
But they don't take you to do a test, right?
Not anymore. You just have to have a driver's license. And driving a car and a boat are two separate things.
You should have to do some type of pull into a dock or something. Because watching like a new boater do something, you're watching, and you got other guys with boats too, and he's trying to push off. He's got a family on it. It was a disaster.
Like I felt bad. Like, is this kid and he's sitting there at our house, and we're talking about their wedding, which is going to be this weekend, and she's showing pictures of the wedding dress and the venue, and like I said, they were very nice people. But I was thinking, I'm like, your boat is just sitting there, like it's not on a dock, but like they beached it,
right,
and then they throw an anchor on the sand, and if the tide's strong enough, it's going to take that out.
But me as a boater, if I see a boat just drifting down the water,
that's
now
what
me being the cowboy that I am, I'm going to grab some rope. I'm going to try and tie that, a little lasso around the little hooks and try and grab that thing and hold it, because I think that's the cool thing to do. But if you're watching, do you just watch a boat just drift? Like, hey, because that thing is gone, man.
My wife brought up a great point. She goes, don't you think that if it's an empty boat, maybe someone fell off?
There could have been an accident. And somebody passed out. They're lying on the floor, and the thing is just drifting.
We live down the street from the Coast Guard station. So they call the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard is like, yeah, we'll like look into it. Like, look into it. This be something like, it's also a boat that's careening across a channel where other boats are now crossing.
Right.
And so the cops are like, yeah, we don't know what we can do. And so, yeah, we were like, even if they send like it, I don't know, $100 sharper image drone could probably
to go look and see where it might have been.
Like, hey, like, look, there's an empty boat. There it is. And
you can tell by the tide too. I mean, obviously it's going in that, that direction.
Yeah. It just went right across from the anchorage in Summers Point. A woman was nice enough, and she was smart enough to tie it up, and the guy was able to finally get it. Now, here's the problem. This is where the guy was dumb. He had a lockbox on the boat, and that's where his car keys were.
Oh, he's got okay.
And all the documentation for the boat. So he couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So they were stuck at our house. And so,
is there anybody on the beach watching the boat drift away?
He gets to the beach. He gets to the beach, and it's a private beach. There's not a lot of people. He gets to the beach, and the people are like, oh, yeah, we watched it float away.
Somebody go and grab it.
right? Like it's
I
not-
assume the anchor is probably on the beach somewhere, right, where you could have grabbed the rope.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see it starting to float away.
it all was bad. And you're like, yeah, like, I don't know, you're sitting on the beach doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to think, oh man, this is, the guy's not here. Or do you be like, you know what? The dickhead left his boat here, and this is what he gets.
Right. Or you're waiting. Oh, I hope this thing flies away. I don't know. Yeah. Somebody grab that boat.
Yeah. Well, so that was my weekend.
Yeah,
How was yours?
it was awesome.
Did you kill anyone?
I did not kill anybody.
I saw my cousin yesterday. He is fine. He's blaming it not on the booze, weed, or Ozempic. He's blaming it on
Sun?
high blood pressure medicine.
Okay, and some vitamin D that he got from the sun.
Dick?
No, D, vitamin D.
Oh, D's nuts?
No, D, vitamin D.
Oh, vitamin D from the sun.
Everybody, check out the podcast. It is on YouTube, our YouTube channel, JoJo and Scotty Podcast. Basically, everything's on the JoJo and Scotty Podcast.
So everything podcast will be facebook.com/JoJo and Scotty Podcast, the YouTube channels, JoJo and Scotty Podcast, facebook.com, JoJo and Scotty up there. So there's all kinds of channels that you can find it on.
Yeah. Also, too, the email is JoJo and Scotty Podcast @gmail. So you can email us too.
I feel bad. I feel like I kind of took over this one. Do you have anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, it's really personal. So I'll get into that next.
Okay.
It's almost borderline. I shouldn't talk about it, but I should talk about it.
Personal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just say
Erectile dysfunction.
No. I thought you said rectum dysfunction.
Oh no.
Yeah. I put more things in my backside in the last week than I have in my entire life.
That's fun. Sometimes my wife and I enjoy that.
Yeah. No, it wasn't enjoyable.
Oh.
I almost screamed too.
Was it pegging?
And my cholesterol, it's still high. We'll do that next.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the next podcast?
The next podcast, we're going to get all that. Yeah.
All right. We'll see everybody. We love you. Keep listening. Thank you.
Yeah. Like the page too. Go to the YouTube channel. Please like the channel.
Yeah. Go subscribe to the channel. That's what you call it. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And always facebook.com/JoJo and Scotty. Go like the page. See you guys later.